Hey everyone, it's Xant. So, we just had a surprise stream for Fate Grand Order a little while ago. I didn't actually catch any of it because I was asleep. Like I said, surprise stream. So I woke up, found all the information, and I'm just gonna summarize it real quick here. So first of all, the 18 million download campaign has been announced, which is awesome. We've been waiting for it for a bit now. So with that banner, we're getting a Scotty raid up, which is fantastic. She was a unit that was added, last year? And she's effectively redefined a lot of how the game is played. With her quick buff, her NP battery, and her AoE defense down, she's really, really good as a support. Especially more so if you use quick units or you have them. She actually made them viable again due to the large steroid that she has on her skill 1. So if you're thinking of rolling for her, I'd recommend doing it. She's amazing and she's limited. And on top of that, if you're brand new to the game or maybe you haven't, you're not sure if you want to pick it up or not, I would say this is a pretty good time to start, and I'll get into that shortly. Another part of the 18 million download campaign, we have a new CE in the shop featuring Mashu. It's the Chaldea Dinner Time. This adds 5% bond and master experience when you MLB it. It's not a huge number, mind you, but the art looks pretty good, so if that's your jam, you can spend 5,000 mana prisms on it. I'm gonna skip it though. I'm gonna wait for another one of those really top tier essences to be added into the shop to trade in, but if you have an excess of prisms, why not? Another thing that was announced during the stream is we get a free 4-star pick ticket, and that's thanks to the Babylon anime that's been airing over the last couple of months now, I think. Or it's only been a month. I haven't really been watching it. No real vested interest in the anime. Now, I've put up a picture of all the characters that are going to be obtainable, I guess is the way to put it, from this pick ticket. So we obtain it, we get a shop open for us, and we trade in the ticket for a unit of choice. Now, the list is pretty filled out, mind you. There's a lot of options, and I don't really know who to suggest on this because there's a lot of variety in builds and just generally how people play Fate Grand Order. Now, if I were to make a couple suggestions, if you have no 4-star units whatsoever and you're looking at this and you're not really sure what to do, a solid choice is always Heracles, the Berserker. He has a very powerful kit suited for survival, and because he's a Berserker, he'll help you out in the early game in every single node. Because as a Berserker, right, he does damage to every class, not every class, sorry, almost every single class. Because we recently had the addition of Foreigner and JP, no longer can Berserkers just face tank, or not face tank, but just kind of face mash everything. So, but he will still be very viable for the majority of your beginning and carry you through. Outside of that, I think it really just boils down to characters that you want, characters that you missed, things that you think look cool. There's a lot of options in the game, and if I had not rolled Consort U, if I hadn't rolled that Luvia Ruler, I probably would have picked them with my ticket. But as it stands now, I'm at a real heavy loss because everything on the list that I want, I've got. So I guess I'll just use it to fill out an empty slot I'm missing. Another cool thing that was announced during the stream was a Christmas event. It's going to start in late November. And the reason that they're doing it in November instead of December is because Lost Belt 5, the next chapter of story, has been announced for December. Now, the Christmas event is called Nightingale's Christmas Carol, so we're assuming Nightingale's going to be the event servant. Oh wow, shocker, who would have suspected that? And it's pretty cool, because so far the only version of Nightingale that we have in FGO is her Berserker. So it'd be really nice to see another version of her available. I don't know if I'll have any interest in her though, because I don't like the art of Nightingale. I like the character, but the art is lacking for me. So maybe her new welfare form will actually be good looking for me, and I might be interested. We'll find out. So like I said, Lost Belt 5, right? It's getting announced and, or it's coming out in December, I should say. And that's really cool for us. We've been kind of sitting on our thumbs waiting since Lost Belt 4 ended a very good amount of months ago. We've been just waiting with bated breath for the next one. It's really cool because they showed off the upcoming servants, which I'll put up on the screen there. And there's been a lot of discussion about who they could be and things like that. So it'll be really interesting as we get closer to it coming out and we actually know what we're getting. Myself, I'm really excited to see the mech, for obvious interest-related reasons. There's definitely bias involved in that, but we'll see as we get closer, and they may actually do another stream just before it launches showing off some of the new characters, which I'm really looking forward to, and I hope they do a stream again for the late November event, but I don't think they will, as we just had this stream out of nowhere. We'll see. In the vein of the 4-star pick ticket for the Babylon anime, we are also getting 30 Xant quartz given to us just for anime-related reasons, which is great. You can never have too much Xant quartz in Fate Grand Order, and 30 SQ is enough for another 10 roll, or 10 YOLOs for the degenerates that YOLO in this game. The last real meaty piece of information that we got with this is the 2 sets of login rewards. So there's a start dash, and this is for new players that join the game. Like I said at the beginning of the video there when I started talking about the campaign, if you're new, now's a pretty good time to join. Over the next 14 days, you'd get 225 Xant quartz, 45 tickets, 3.2 million QP, which is the upgrade currency and general use currency in the game, 78 gold apples, and 300 gold experience. Now, to quantify this, the 225 Xant quartz is just shy of 10 multi-rolls in the game, because it's 30 Xant quartz per roll. So you're looking at about 7 multi-rolls with that much Xant quartz, which is really nice, especially over just 14 days. But it also means you can actually have a pool saved up for when we hit New Year's, because there'll be some more servants coming around then, and even with the new Lost Belt. But yeah, really good reason there. The 45 tickets, that's also really cool, because a ticket is a free roll. They're worth about 3 Xant quartz each, so 45 times 3, that's a lot of extra Xant quartz in your pocket. People will say, tickets aren't the same as Xant quartz, whatever. You know what? Mileage may vary. I've been getting really good stuff on tickets recently, from Musashi Berserker to my recent roll of Space Ishtar to all sorts of things I've gotten over the years on tickets. So, sometimes you win it, you lose some, it's just the way it goes, right? It's gacha. And the 70 gold apples is really good as well for a beginner, because when you start the game, you're going to have an excess of AP to play, because, as you play, you're going to get experience, you're going to level up, and you're just going to get an overflow. It's a thing that happens to everyone when they start. You pretty much can't stop playing for the first few hours, because the game just overflows you. So when you're done, you'll have 78 extra gold apples, and each of those is a full AP bar refill. Put in perspective, I have like 500 gold apples on my account, and there's no reasonable way for me to use them all. If I ever feel like just sitting down one day and doing nothing but playing Fate Grand Order, I could. And I'd probably only use like maybe 50 or 60 gold apples doing so. And of course, people will be, oh, you can do way more than that, that's nothing. It's, yeah, you know what, I like doing other things than just playing Fate Grand Order all day. It can be fun, don't get me wrong, but, can't just play a single game all day. Unless it's Persona. And the last thing that you get for the start dash there, the 300 gold experience, that's enough to get a character to level 80. Of course, Ascension mats and all that are things that you'll have to collect because, unfortunately, that ain't free. But I still think the 300 gold experience is really good for beginners because it lets you at least level up, a good amount of units and help you get your feet kind of planted in the ground as you play. So I think this is a great time to start for new players, as pretty much every start dash that Fate Grand Order is for you guys. So if you have any interest in trying the game out, I'd say do it. If you can manage to log in for 14 days, you'll have quite a bit in your pocket. As for everyone else, we just get 30 Xant quartz, 16 gold apples, and 16 gold experience. So unlike the start dash players, we're only going to get 30 Xant quartz and a handful of the other goodies. But you know what? As a free 10 roll, I am a happy camper. 10 out of 10. Alright, so with that, I've gone over everything the stream talked about, and I don't really have anything else to go over. So with that, I will end this video. Peace out, guys. See you in the next one.